Hello again, here we are today. We're at Lower Rivington reservoir, having a bit of a walk with Mick McLaren. A few of his team like, we're going to have a bit of a wander round. He says there's been apparitions been seen round here and strange phenomena, UFOs, all types of stuff, so hopefully we'll have a little wander round with him. You'll enjoy what you see.
Yes, so come with us on adventures and see what we can find.
Should be a good one. Right, well, before we set off, let's give you a little look about in here. We have done a couple of these walks with Mick McLaren in the past, but this is the first one we've filmed, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. Look at that one there.
Oh, that's got a lot of vibes flowing up here, hasn't it? As well. Like creepier.
We've never been on this walk before, but according to Mick, it should be about it. There should be lots of stuff to see. We've seen a couple of squirrels so far, but didn't manage to get them on film. We'll keep his eyes out. I think that's aftermath of Storm Amy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks fresh, does that, doesn't it?
Yeah, Storm Amy till midnight tonight.
Yeah, I don't know where everybody's watching from, but about northwest of Lancashire, winds have been crazy. There's been big trees coming down. The one came down in Rivington on Rivington Road, right across from the fire station. That were first ours, weren't it?
Yeah, it was massive.
That looks a bit of a spooky path down there, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
Look, looks like we're heading this way. Tell you, it is a beautiful place at country, this, isn't it?
It is.
Absolutely beautiful. Ah, little mushrooms going on too, right? I don't know if camera will pick them up. Tell you, I've not noticed just how many mushrooms there is. They grow everywhere in woods.
They do, don't they?
Well, we're going to say hi like that bit. The drive here were absolutely crazy. We were going through puddles to get here, and they were,
They were
2/3 up to you, weren't they?
Yeah, they were more like big fords than puddles.
Yeah, they were definitely higher than exhaust. I thought a couple of times we were going to cut out of them.
Yeah. Oh, this is an old path.
Yeah. It's a good start when past this old, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have met some nice people, haven't we, since we've been doing these videos?
We have.
Skywatch Explorer Mick.
Yeah.
He's bang on, always checks in and that, you know. Make sure you're alright and that. Mick McLaren up there, for those that don't know him. He's a little fella here with about 8. He's the guy who's organised this walk. He's organised quite a few now, right? He does have a lot of local knowledge, and a lot of people tell him their experiences and their encounters, and he's quite a knowledgeable fella, so
I'll leave a link in the description to his channel.
yeah, it's always fun going on a bit of a walk with him. And Sharon Morris and Steve Morris, they're bang on all, aren't
Yeah, they're nice people, always checking in.
they? Yeah, Michael English,
Yeah.
he does same.
Yeah.
He's always full of information. Is it Fitzgerald's? Something like that. He
Yeah.
always gives us a bit of knowledge as well.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Well, we met some nice people, haven't we?
Yeah, there's quite a few people help us out and give us information and facts about places we didn't know about.
Look at that for a woodpecker tree there, look.
Yeah. Not hearing so many birds today.
That definitely looks like it shouldn't be there. Right. I think we'll catch up to the main group. So we come to a place now where it starts off, where we're going to end up at the end of the walk is Liverpool Castle. I don't know if anyone's been around that area before. Most of you probably have. But that's where this one starts off. It was a group of 10 paranormal investigators who were around there, and they were doing a bit, nothing happened, and as the sun was going down, they started walking up the path that takes you from there to the end of here, and then getting this way. But as they got down there, there was one woman, and she was in on a scooter. And you know, at the beginning of the path, I look at it was you know, the girl was staying behind her and had to get over that bit, and a partner had moved on with the rest of them. Now he said he was coming along here, and they had this. It felt like they were stepping into a bubble. And he saw little black beings about a foot running out to the bushes and running in front. About 2 of them were just running in front. And they were walking up and talking about this group. But the 2 at the back, and this happened, what was it, May 2014, around that time. The 2 at the back, she was coming along here, and they heard this panting coming from behind, and they sort of like sidestepped to one side, thinking they'll let this dog and the owner walk past. Anyway, as they both stopped, turned around to say hiya, you see this about 7-foot dog man just stood there looking at them, breathing. You could hear it, eyes, orange eyes, eye shine, just stood outside of trees. And the reason I've stopped here is because it started just after we passed that bit of ground where it's all uneven. It started there, but it was going on all the way along this path. And as they were like terrified and trying to get out of the way, you can imagine someone in a scooter trying to go as fast as they can, and they're coming along, the other one's helping, and she kept getting stuck. So her partner came back down to help. Now he didn't see this, but he felt this strange energy at the time. And every time they were going forward, and they could hear it. Every time they turned around, they saw it stood at the side of one of these trees. No matter how far they got up, these trees on that side. And at that time, this olive wouldn't have been as high as it is. And they said, as he turned around, he saw it, but as he moved on and they were turning around, they could see it going down on all fours and running along. That might sound familiar to you. Yeah. And he kept doing that all the way down. Now, when you get to the end of this path, it suddenly goes to a tarmac path. And they said, as soon as he stepped on the tarmac, the feeling of being in a bubble just went away. And as he turned around, it wasn't there. And that was it. That was their experience from along the path. So, I don't know, it's, you know, driving his dog kind of thing. You know, she was 7 foot tall and... You know, it's like a multi-phenomenal experience, a small being. Yeah, and then seeing that after, yeah. So, the people in front saw the little beings put upright, but it was just shadow that ran. You know, as they looked up, thinking it was an animal running across, but there were 2 of them, the small and human shape, running across, while they were having this experience behind. So yeah, 2 things happening at the same time. It is fascinating. And I tend to, I do come down here so often, and I'm not at the moment, but I put cameras within these bushes here, but they're that thick, they're hard to get into. No. Seems like a right place, right time. I think it was, yeah. It was just someone doing down there. And that's why we decided to leave. Come up here and then, you know, that happened. But by the time we got to the car, it was probably down. But as we were walking through, they could see red dots. That's why the amber, almost amber, red amber eye shine, self-illuminated,
that is what we're in the mind. It's eternal. That's what's important. And then seeing this great thing, breathing. It was a breathing that frightening, feeling that breathing. They were feeling it as well.
That must have been a scary experience for them.
Definitely.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, there you go. A 7-foot dog man and some little imp-like creatures. Just give you a look around. If any of you do see out in the background, it'd be great if you could let us all know. Leave a little comment, we'll get back to them. It'd be good to capture something like that on film.
It would be great, wouldn't it? But it would also be a very scary experience.
See, if it were caught polio, you know what I mean, like it had a solid phone, I'd be right.
Yeah. I don't think unless the camera's already out filming, I don't think they thought, oh, that's something creepy, let's film it. If I'm off.
Yeah, look at them, look at them for mushrooms. Hellfire, that's a big one. Just to give you a rough size on that, that's about 35 centimetres across. That's crazy how big that mushroom is.
It's absolutely massive.
It looks like we're heading that way. Well, Mick just mentioned we're going to Liverpool Castle. Oh, it's like a replica, isn't it?
A small version of the...
We have been there on one of his previous videos. If you'd like to check that out, that's there on that list. So even though we haven't been into these bits at Woods, we're going to end up in a place we've been to, aren't we?
Yeah.
Great.
There's absolutely loads and loads of aircons all over the floor.
Schools will be having a field time, won't they?
Yeah, definitely.
So that dog man followed them all the way down to this path, all the way down this path from where rough cobbles are at the beginning.
Yeah.
On more or less all fours, with glowing eyes, and stopped when they got to the tarmac.
Yeah.
It would freak you out, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
So it's sitting there thinking, you know, oh, that wouldn't have scared me, I'd have asked it what it were doing about. Because you don't know what you're doing until you're in that situation, would you?
I can't run, but I'd try. Anyhow, in that situation.
You would, you'd set off legging at you, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Whoa.
That's a cracking bit of a twisty tree there, eh? So every walk we've took there in Rivington, it's been beautiful, hasn't it?
It has.
Right up to that park. That was a cracking day.
Rivington Park.
We're at a pigeon tower as well.
Yeah, the pigeon tower. Yeah, that was nice up there. Well, it was nice once I got to the top.
So yeah, might have been enough for him to pan.
Anyone hungry?
Could have been.
No, not really.
Look at the age of some of these trees.
It must be definitely an older part now, especially the old Victorian painting as well.
It still looks like it's got same type of path underneath, but it's had chipping struts on top, but there's the odd bit of old one still sticking out, isn't there? There you go, Jordan, if you're watching. Let's have a look at autumn leaves in here, look. I know you're missing them, love. Look at yellows. See them down there?
Yeah.
And then orange leaves here, look.
Oh, look at that one.
See, that's always puzzled me. How do you do it in different stages, you know, different species?
Yeah. Conkers. There are conkers everywhere there.
Look, some more of them flower garlic mushrooms here. I know you have to be careful with them ones. Well, I'm not sure how deep that usually is, but look at that. Let's have a quick look around for tracks on the floor.
You right? Yeah, good. So I've stopped at this spot here because I got a report. Somebody had been walking in this area, and you're not really meant to go through here. But they'd gone in there, and I think they were doing a bit of camping, I'm not sure, or they were just exploring. And they came across a pile of sheep bones and deer bones. In fact, they came across two within these woods. So whatever is hiding in here, it's eating in here as well. I just thought I'd mention that as we were walking past.
Let's take a look at that, Jordan, look, and everyone else. Autumn's definitely in a beautiful time of year.
Beautiful colour leaves. Look at them all up close, nice and bright orange.
Usually you'd just walk past without giving them a second thought, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's great walking there now, actually taking time to actually stop and look at stuff, even little things. Puts you in a brilliant frame of mind.
It does, doesn't it, when you're tuned to your senses and take it all in.
Yeah. As it used to say, stop, listen and smell.
Look, listen, smell and touch. And if there's edible like tree snacks like your hawthorns, blackberries, apples, taste as well.
Bang on. Can't go on with tree snacks.
No.
Look at the shape of some of these trees, look. Yeah, Mount Conker's not far around here, it's crazy.
It is, isn't it? It's all been open though, there's not many left in the cases.
No. School kids round here will be hours of fun.
I don't think they actually play it anymore.
They must do.
No.
See from around here actually.
At this spot, there's two things that have happened around this area. One of them was, it was New Year's Day, and somebody had come up here to watch the sun go down on New Year's Day, and they'd gone up right up to the pike at the top, and they were stood up there, and without realising, they'd not brought torches, and without realising, you know, like, they were there and the sun had gone down, and they thought, well, we've got to come back down this way. And I don't know if anyone knows this area well, but in winter time, you know, it might be quite warm going up there, but when you get to the top, the sun goes down, especially that time of year, all this water starts freezing, so it's really hard to get down this, because it's like a river, but it's solid ice. There's some places on the path that when you're walking, I don't know, it's as wide as that, but it's just a layer of ice going down. So I've seen people actually walking down there, sitting down and dragging themselves along because it's been that ice. And this couple were up there with a daughter, watching the sun going down, thought we should have brought torches with us, you know, to go in there. And they'd only been up there, I think, twice, and they thought, we've not brought torches, which is the way down, because when you get up there, this path's going everywhere. And then all of a sudden, said a normal size but black dog just appeared out of nowhere. So you can imagine being up there and you're thinking you're seeing this dog, someone's lost a dog. But what they did was they were going towards it, and every time they started walking towards it, he started moving off. Same distance away from them all the time. So they followed it, thinking, you know, they just had a feeling that this thing was there to help them. And they actually followed it all the way down to here where we are now. The car park, they parked in just the right corner down here where we're going to walk to in a minute. The dog got to this point and just ran off in that direction, as though it was saying, right, I've helped you down now, see ya, I'm going. It just went off. Which I thought was just fascinating me, that, you know, that time of year, and they had that feeling of what we're going to do, and then all of a sudden it appears from nowhere, you know. And up there, you know what it's like yourself, you know, you've got the hill, haven't you, the pike, and not much land around it, and for it to just come around pike from nowhere, you know, almost like a spectral dog just turning up and helping them back down. The other thing around here was there's an urban explorer, it's called Michael lives there, and he was walking up this path here, and it takes you back down to where we're going to walk, but we're not going to go that way because it's only just in this little area here. We're going to go straight down. And he was walking here, he'd come walking from that direction, and walking here, and he walked around this little path, and you get to like a little river bend, well, it's like a little stream, and it goes under the path. And he said he smelled something really, really bad and rank, and he ended up going towards where the smell were. And he came across a lamb, not a sheep, it was a lamb that had been stripped of its fleece and just left there. And I thought, why should anyone, you know, if it's a poacher, wouldn't they go for the meat and everything, not just a fleece, a small fleece?
No, he's getting a point,
and just leave it there. But at that time, there were a lot of things happening around this area, a lot of strange occurrences with dogmen being seen, the sheep, what I was coming across up at the top, where we found about 11 of them all slaughtered the same way. And it was at that time when we were going around here, he told me about this because he found some sheep further down that field, which we will be walking past in a bit, and I'll point over to where he found them. And yeah, at that time we were walking around here, he was coming across like sheep, and when he showed me the photographs of these sheep, they've been killed the exact same way as were the ones right up at the top near the quarry. So that's the two accounts from this area this here. Nice brew, and we're going to head off in that direction over there. But before we go, I got a report from the fella who was, they'd come to a wedding up here actually, and they'd parked in the car park just behind us, just behind you lot, and they saw just walking across someone in chainmail, just going into bushes and just disappearing, just on that little bit of land over there. I think there were quite a few people who saw this, who were there at the time. And what I was talking about earlier on about Michael lives here, finding the sheep in the field, that's this field behind here. So there's been a couple of sheep kills down here, as well as the ones up there.
She looks beautiful.
So yeah, that's it around this point, so we'll move on to the next one.
That was a good story, wasn't it? That spectral dog helping them
Yeah.
downhill.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that. A nice supernatural story.
Yeah, it's always something that jumps out and wave chains at me. You took to plate it, you don't usually hear something where
No.
one actually helps someone.
Yeah. Would be good though, wouldn't it, to follow a dog to safety and go, where's it gone?
That's it.
That would have been a cool experience.
Bit age of some of these trains, look.
Oh, they do look like really old ones.
Look, birds are just starting to chirp. I don't know if you can pick that up. Sounded like a little robin over end, didn't it? Wind's starting to pick up there, so I love walking about in rain, the wind and rain. Considering how out winds were for Storm Amy, like I thought there'd be a lot more aftermath, you know, like broken limbs and trees down.
Yeah, so did I. There was that one in Accrington and only a couple of way that we seen, wasn't there?
Yeah. The ones that have come down have been massive, haven't they?
They have.
You think a lot of dead ones that have come down? I bet there's been a lot come down in Ackingwood, yeah.
Yeah,
There.
definitely.
That'd have been a treacherous place last night, wouldn't it? Skywatch Explorer Mickey went up Asland and Moors. I'm going to have a little watch of his video later.
Yeah. What, last night?
Yeah, I bet that will be good to see what our winds on there.
Yeah, definitely.
There's not much coverage, is there?
No.
Is that pigeon tower we went up on a previous video?
Yeah, that's the pigeon tower.
There you go, Jordan. You remember climbing up there, don't you?
Yeah, another video that I was trying to kill him on apparently.
Yeah. He didn't have comfort on that walk, did he?
Yeah. Oh,
He loved it when he got home, but at the time he hated that one. That was sniping for him, weren't it?
Jordan finally said the words we were waiting to. Well, I've been waiting to hear, didn't it, other day?
Yeah. He managed to whisper, I told you these walks are going to kill me.
Yeah.
I almost fell over in hospital. I couldn't help but laugh. I was laughing for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was good to see. You were laughing too.
Even his kids have been taking bets. What's his first sentence going to be? It turns out, don't worry mate, I told you these walks were going to kill me.
You're trying to kill me.
Hey? You got to like his sense of humour, haven't you?
Yeah.
I think that's why we get on so much.
Yeah, we do have a lot of banter with him, but his videos don't show much of that because he doesn't like being on camera so often, does he?
Nah, he's a quiet lad.
But off camera, it's so funny.
Yeah, he's mad as a matter, isn't he?
Yeah.
See, I like making these type of videos. When you're watching them back, like, you always scan it background for something you might have missed at the time.
Yeah.
Then when you hear a few stories about other people's encounters and stuff, you know what I mean, it gives you something to look for.
Yeah, it does.
I don't really know too much about these dog men, you know, apart from what I've been learning off of Mick.
Yeah, it's something new I've been hearing about, so I'm not really too keen to be about a lot of.
I think
More
first
of a
time we came
research.
across one, it were a YouTube video about Cornick Chase, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Saying there were dogmen round there.
yeah, but that wasn't really a good example of a video, were it?
No, not really.
No.
They got chased off car park, didn't they?
Well, yeah, it was a well-known town car park, apparently.
I think we might go over there one time and have a little look about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at the views and scenery around here, it's crazy.
It is. It's beautiful everywhere you look.
reason we're on this road going from down Mount over to Rivington, we're stopping here before any more cars come. There was a woman who was driving up here one night. She said that she was going here past the tea rooms. From the trees along here, there was something, she saw a black shadowy thing hanging in the trees, almost like a gorilla was hanging there. Then she said as she was slowing down, it was hanging there in the trees, and at that point it just sort of like let go of the branches, hit the floor and ran on all fours over here into these trees. Onto the branch, and it let go in front of her and went down on all fours and ran up in the field in this direction. What she did say was she came across a video where someone saw a similar sort of thing over further down Rivington Lane, which is in the direction where we're heading in attack. And when we get there, the person who had his accounts over there is here with us today, so he's going to talk about what happened, if that's okay.
Brilliant. See, look at this as a graveyard as we're walking past. 1759 on that one. Oh, it's a very old building, isn't it?
1703, look at the door.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a tree, I thought it were a tree that grows, but it's a stone on top of it. I've never seen a stone like that with a stone on top.
No, I haven't. Never seen a grave with that on. Only that means something.
I'm not too sure.
It's a brilliant little graveyard, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's that say on there? There's a few things on there.
Really? I can't read that font.
I'm not sure what that is. That looks like 1732. Yeah, look. Where have I seen that symbol before? That's that mason mark we keep finding all over stones over in Lancashire, isn't it?
Mark, isn't it?
Yeah, that's that same symbol, isn't it?
So maybe this is a stone from an original church or something, because there's more here on this side.
Yeah, we found that symbol on churches, how dry stone walls, middle of mirrors, we found it everywhere, haven't we? That's 1659, 1695 I think.
Yeah.
There she is, look, beautiful. And that sun's coming out, it's turning into a cracking little day, isn't it?
It is.
Ski another view. Absolutely beautiful around here. Just a little coffee in there. Cracking little place. Well, it has them mushrooms there, look. Let's give you a shot of that, look. Let's look how old them windows are. You don't see a med like that no more.
Oh, they're really old, aren't they?
Right, 1703 did it say, yeah?
Yeah.
Part of Rivington at the moment, and we're in the graveyard. And as I was telling you before about the fellow who saw the dead sheep over there, he's an urban explorer, and about, I'd say around 2015, that's off the top of my head, I'm not sure, but he came parking here and all this were overgrown. And he come here because of the building behind it was derelict, and he wanted to go inside it. And as he pulled up, he got out. I mean, there were two of them. His mate went at the back of the building, and he just were around these trees here. And he said all of a sudden he got this guttural growl that really terrified him. He said he could feel it all through his body, and he just wanted to leave. He wasn't sure where his friend were at that point, but I think his friend had heard it and come back to the car, and they shot off. Now, within this area of Rivington, we're not far from where the sheep were found, and we've got this behind us as well, and then where we first started isn't far in the direction behind you lot. And then in this direction we've got this road, it's called Rivington Lane. Now, Rick, Rick, who's with us today, he had an experience, so he's going to tell you what happened to him at that point on Rivington Lane.
Thanks, mate. So yeah, it was. Hang on, start again. I need to switch. So it was between 7 and 8 in the morning when it happened. I was taking my son to school, who's with us today. 2019, I think it was, wasn't it? Roughly, mate. 2019. And we were coming to his school in the van. I drive a transit van, so it's quite high up where we sat. And as we hit Rivington Lane, which is just a bit further down here, I was just glancing around, and what I saw out of my peripheral vision was some like dark grey black shadow just pelted across it. So I looked further, and as I was trying to focus in on it, it was just this mammoth-sized dog. Like, you can imagine like the biggest dog in your head. You can imagine like the biggest dog imaginable. Imagine that, but times 5. It was absolutely enormous, this dog. It was huge, and it was pelting it through the field at a rate of knots. I'd say, if I was going to guess, I'd say about 35, 40 miles an hour. This gigantic dog. It was like dark grey, not black, but like quite dark grey in colour, and it was kind of bow-legged. It was relatively close to the ground, its body, but the way it was moving, it was doing that thing, you know, with a padding like that, going really quickly. It was absolutely pelting it through this field, going like in an easterly direction towards Blackburn and Darwin, and we could see it. Well, I could see it. I didn't want to tell Rowan because he was only little at the time, and I didn't want to freak him out. By the way, I'm just in this thing, enjoy your day at school, because his school is just round the corner from where we saw it. And yeah, like I say, it was a fleeting moment. I'd say about 3 or 4 seconds, and we were gone, and we were driving. And yeah, that's the top and bottom of the story that I've got. And yeah, it was very peculiar.
What I like about that though is your description of it. It's you know, that is almost the same description here, but where it falls from the tree and then runs off like that, padding away.
Yeah, it was so fast though. Like I say, I wish I had more time to look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
and when they were talking about the dog on there, so it gets down on all fours and pads along.
So strange, like how are these stories all correlating somehow?
Yeah. Did you have an interest in the paranormal before you saw that, or was it
relatively like not as much as I had these days? It was like always like a passing hobby. Like I like listening to people's stories and stuff, but I've not really had that many paranormal experiences myself. Besides in the 90s when we saw UFO over Angle and Rivington. Besides that, that's it really. You know, yeah, it was the strangest thing when I saw it. My mind couldn't really process what I'd seen. I just thought, oh, that's weird. And it's like, as soon as we got down the road, it was like, okay, that was not right. You know, that should not have existed. And then it started to sink in. And I sat on that story for a year or two, until I saw a Winter Hill investigation flyer, and I thought, I'll just give them a bell, and you know, and we hooked up with Mick, and we did the story, and yeah, that's really strange, is all I can say. Really, really peculiar.
But as you say, it seems to be a common thing in this area, doesn't it? It's not just yourself. There's a lot of
100%.
people who seem to be reporting the same thing over and
100%,
over.
yeah. It weren't like one that stands on its hind legs. It weren't like a bipedal thing. Well, it might have been able to stand on its back legs, I don't know. But yeah, it was just running through the field, but it was a monstrous size looking dog thing. I didn't get to see its head, because its head was like, his body was hiding its head, if you know what I mean. So, but it was definitely canine in nature, the way it was looking, so...
Even people have talked about this in the past. I always think of the American Werewolf from London, how that is when it's an all fours.
Yeah.
And, you know,
That's a picture it puts in your head, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I still look for it when because obviously I still drop growing up at school every day.
Yeah.
So we go past every day, and one day I'm like, no, not today.
Um,
It did have a tail. Yeah, for sure. Only like a short, spiky one. What? No, it wasn't a horse. No, or a cow.
how many times have you been asked that?
Because
Are you sure it wasn't a cow?
It was, yeah, because it was in a cow field
Yeah.
where it was seen.
Yeah, it was,
a
yeah.
black cow field. So of course, like people are going to say,
Yeah.
"Sure, it weren't a cow." I'm like, no.
Not when they're going, what, 40 miles an hour?
It didn't look like a cow.
I'm assuming you've seen cows before, know the difference between a cow and a dog.
Yeah, I know, right.
You see a
Like
cow
I say,
running like that, there's something wrong, isn't there?
Yeah.
I was trying to come to a logical conclusion, but there just isn't one for that particular experience. So.
Thank you for your story.
Yeah, that's right, thank you.
Let's get a little look at this one. That's a pagan sign, Wheel of Earth. I'm not sure what they are. That one is Isle of Man, and we think that's St Christopher.
You've got some on this side over there. This is the original school. Past the original.
Nick's just been telling me he thinks they've come from an old Anglo-Saxon church that were here before they built this one. (1744), so there's some quite old graves in here as well, isn't there?
And a lot of the land over there, which is called Angleside, that was land. So that's why you're seeing all this sort of stuff here.
That's brilliant, isn't it? That's oud.
Yeah, Anglo-Saxon land.
Just give you a shot of them little seats in there. No, we're just outside at one at Reservoirs now.
Love a Rivington reservoir, this one.
We have been in these woods before. We've had a couple of little walks in here, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
The mushrooms here.
Fairies and pixies should be around these woods everywhere, isn't it? The old mushrooms.
Yeah. I'll have to apologise if you can't hear us. Wind is picking up a bit.
Yeah, Storm Amy's getting a bit angry at the minute.
I were hoping for torrential rain, but so far it's held it off on us. You're a bit more happy about than me.
I'm okay with wind. I'm glad we haven't got the rain.
You're Jordan, mate. Let's give you a shot of this. Remember last time we come here? Look at difference in water level now, man, how far up beach it is. That's absolutely crazy. Oh, rain's coming now, look. Brilliant. That's what we want. don't know if you remember from other videos we've made, but that water's a good 50-60 metre closer to shore edge than what it used to be. So, they're all filling up. Yeah. It's a strange custom, is that, for a bit of luck? There's loads of them in that, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, rain's died off a little now. We're continuing walking through these woods. If I remember rightly, we should come out somewhere around that Liverpool Castle.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100%. Looks like this could take some crossing. Well, there's a bit of a bridge there, isn't there?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to have to get your feet wet then,
Oh no.
get a piggyback across.
Up here, if you remember when we came, it was just a nice little trickle last time we came, and we were on about them sleeper videos.
Ah, yeah,
It
we were
looked
going to
like
put one there, weren't
yeah, it looked like it'd be a perfect angle.
we? Yeah, that's perfect, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Always worth checking tracks. Look how close it is up to edge there. Look.
Yeah, it does come quite a lot further up, hasn't it, that level?
Storm growing in the tree.
That's crazy.
Is that, oh, that's going to get higher and higher, isn't it?
It is.
Someone's put a few memorials on that one. I don't know if you can see at top of there. Well, that's Winter Hill. That's Tower on top.
Oh yeah, the beacon. Oh. See, it only looks like it's there until you go to walk to it and it tricks you.
It definitely seems like it moves backwards, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Every footstep you get closer to it, I'm sure it takes two back. Look into there. Look. All leaves on the floor, beautiful.
Yeah, it gives it a right nice orange, bright colour, doesn't it?
Doesn't it just?
Yeah. Especially when sun shines through and glistens on them. Listen, that wind.
Beautiful sound, isn't it?
It is, just when it's finishing through all trees.
Right, I got you. A cracking little walk, eh?
It is. It's been a good explore, walking round the park we've not been and bits we have been.
Yeah. Remember, we found this by accident, didn't we?
We did.
Tell you, it proper confused me last time. It's definitely not something you'd expect to find in the middle of the woods, is it?
No, I didn't realise it was an actual miniature version until the sports people that were visiting it.
Yeah, I didn't. There's a lot of work gone in that for just a model, weren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, shot at park from there, Neil. And if anyone does that geocaching, that's where we found one there. I won't tell you exactly where it is, but if you can't find it, you'll have to watch one of his previous videos. Well, if anyone does fancy a bit of a better look, man, Liverpool Castle, it is on a previous video, like I've said, so I don't think we're spending much time here, so we'll not have a little wander around here today. But it's all there on previous ones, so hopefully you're all enjoying what you've seen.
When I was talking earlier on about where that them 10 paranormal investigators were coming down here, and they went up the shooter in a scooter, this is a place where they were seeing if they can pick up anything, because there's quite a few things that have happened in here with other paranormal groups, hearing voices, and there's one where on the wall just over there at the side, there's been an apparition of a little girl running along that little bit there, and also a bit along that wall over there. She's been seen almost like dressed in white and almost see-through. Then a strange one is just outside of the castle here. There's a group saw almost like a human figure. Like you were talking about earlier on, like white, but not tall, just like human size, but it had antlers, and it was running through the woods over here. At first they thought it was a deer, and then they looked at it and thought, no, this is quite true, this is like human shape. It stood up, and it's running along with like antlers. As for the paranormal groups, I'm not sure how many people have captured anything here, but I do know things have actually been seen here, and there have been EVPs from this area as well.
Well, I weren't going to have a film of in here, but it didn't seem right walking all this way up here not to give you a good look about. I know we filmed it before that, but we've only been here once before, so if anybody new to the channel, it saves you having to go through other videos to have a look. It is crackers when you actually think they paid somebody to make it this way and not finish it.
Yeah.
You'd at least made a room you could live in or something, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
That's the view out of it. There she is. I bet you're thinking, what are you doing wandering down there?
Yeah. The very thin corridor nowhere for turning round really is the reverse.
And that's the wall where Mick were talking about where apparition of a little girl gets in.
Whoa.
Just on that wall there, running across top of it.
Running across top.
Yeah. Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, very. It's amazing how many different paranormal and supernatural type sightings have been round here, isn't it?
Rivington does seem a bit of an hotspot for it, doesn't it?
It does.
Let's get a look around in here. Look. And they've gone through some effort, haven't they, to make it look like fireplace built into the walls and everything. Look at that, brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll just give you a little shot of this as we're walking down it. Look, you could definitely see like a old horse and cart or something coming up it, couldn't
Yeah,
you?
it does give that vibe, doesn't it?
Oh, there you go. There's a bit of a thing here. Like. Can't really make so much of it
No.
out, can you? Let's give you a little look at this. Look, I did see what I thought was some claws marks on a tree, but turned out they weren't. But just look how that's split right down the middle like that. That almost looks scorched. Right, we'll carry on. There she is, look, beautiful. Her power bank's lasted on her coat, so she's nice and toasty.
Yeah, the central heating's working.
Is an handy thing, lad, isn't it?
There's one of them things you call a bivouac or something, is it?
A bivouac.
Yeah,
Ah. Yeah, that's a good one there, look.
yeah.
I'll get a shot of that. I don't know, there's quite a lot of weight on that one actually. I won't fancy sitting under that one.
No.
Well, they're definitely a strange mushroom, them, aren't they?
Yeah.
They look like they're already on way to rotting.
They do. Crazy how much mushrooms there is everywhere we
Oh, there's a lot more there. Look.
Yeah.
Well, they definitely don't look edible, them ones, do they?
No.
Still, well, the ones we think look edible, turns out they're not.
No.
Well, I'd love to catch a shot of a big cat or one of these dog men or dark apparitions.
Yeah.
It'd be brilliant. So.
Well, I hope if we ever get lost, we have a little black dog that shows us the way.
Isn't it just?
I like that story.
Yeah, it is. Right, well there you have it. Thanks for coming with us on another one. Hope you've all enjoyed what you've seen. It's been a cracking little day out. Well, if anybody who is thinking of coming on one of these walks, highly recommend it. Good for mental health, good for noodle, good exercise, and you learn all sorts.
Yeah, feel much better after a good walk. Thanks for coming with us. Please like, comment, share and subscribe, and we'll get back to every comment.
Keep safe everyone, have a good night.